Alright guys, welcome back to the 86. Hope y'all are having a great day. This week we're going to get to work on the dash, try to get it squared away. We're going to fix the radio hole that's been cut out, and we're going to fix the ashtray hole that's also been cut out. And we may do something a little bit special with that ashtray. I don't know that we're going to put it back to factory because, let's face it, nobody really uses ashtrays anymore. So we got an idea, not 100% sure we can pull it off, but we'll show you what we're going to do here in a little bit. So we're going to get started getting this stuff in here, get this dash whipped back in shape. So this is a patch panel we got off of eBay. It's pretty decent shape. Oh, it could use a little bit of work too. We're not sure why there's a little hole above this hole, but you can see, if you get close enough, that it's cracked and broke right there. So we'll have to fix that up. But otherwise, just what we need. We just got to figure out how we want to go about putting it in there. If we're going to just cut this, just what we need, and try to piece it in, or if we want to use a bigger piece of this. You know, this is all covered by the dash panel, so we could just cut inside of this and weld the whole piece in. So we'd have this perimeter weld, we'd have to piece this back together, and we'd have to piece this back together, which may be a trick. Easiest thing might be to just cut these two little ears and fit them back in there. Alright, so for starters, I think we'll go at it with this little air-powered hacksaw. I'm just going to cut it right around here. Then we'll have a smaller piece that should fit up pretty decently. We can go in behind it and scribe a line where it's cut now. That'll tell us what we need exactly. And then I think we may cut a piece of flat bar, drill a couple of holes, and bolt these pieces to it before we cut them loose. That way we can keep our spacing right and keep them about as square as they are now, at least. There we go. So we'll just have to get a line scribed on the back, bolt these two holes together, and then we can cut the square pieces off that we need. Should be able to set them right in there, fit like a glove. Now we just need to unwire it. There we go. Now we can unwire it. Alright, one ashtray. Alright, so we got some pretty crude lines drawn on here. We added about a 1/2 inch all the way around. So I'm just going to take it right at the top here. The other one's set down probably 3/4 of an inch. So right across the top, 2.5 inches over. And then we added a 1/2 inch down as well. So we'll have plenty of extra. We can lay it in behind it or in front of it and scribe a line on it and make a final cut. So for now we just want to get it out of here where we can where we can work with it. Here we go. Brand new, never been used patch panel.
Yep.
Got to preserve as much of the original truck as we can. Got to maintain the essence of the 86. The yellow paint here. Alright, now we just need to make a little patch for the switch over there and we can do some welding, I think. We've got a piece of 14 gauge here, I think, and a good factory corner, so we might as well cut that off, right? That'll be our little patch for the fuel switch. Do it. Nice and rigid. Looks pretty decently lined up right there. Tell you what, this little sucker makes quick work of this thin sheet metal.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Premium radio patch panel. Back to factory fresh. Much better. pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
A little bit thicker material, a lot easier to work with. Yeah, just in case anybody of you at home are sitting there screaming, turn that machine down, it's down, trust me. But all I have is 035 wire. We got some little baby angel hair wire this morning, but no drive rollers to push it with, so 035 is the best we can do. It's a struggle. But the struggle will continue. We're gonna get it done regardless. All right, moving on. So we got one little bit of welding left to do, and that's on this part right here. It's broke, so I think what we're going to do is just put the copper behind here. Got a piece of copper here. We'll put it behind and just weld that top hole up. We haven't found the purpose for it, so we decided we don't need it. So that'll reinforce this hole so it don't crack again. I mean, it'd be near impossible to weld that little crack up anyway, but even if you did, it's liable to just crack again because it's so thin. So that's what we're going to do now. Get the copper back there, weld that top hole up, and then we can clean that up too. Then the dash will be finished. Oh, hey, enough of that. I think that got it pretty good. There you go. You just weld right on that copper and let your puddle flow out to the side so it didn't, you're not chasing that edge all over the place. Works really good.
You can get a better look at where we filled that hole in there. But so now we're just going to take the band file, just kind of knock all these welds down, get them cleaned up as best we can. Got that for the radio, the where the hole was for the fuel selector switch, which we aren't going to need, and then the repair on the cutout by the ashtray. Get all this cleaned up. A few extra holes there too they had put in the dang dash, so sand all this down.
So for the ashtray, what we decided to do is just fill in the hole where the ashtray slides in. We don't see any use for an ashtray. All it's good for is putting your quarters in there, and then they're jangling around when you drive down the road, or you stick pins in there and the door won't close, or whatever the case may be. We feel like it's better off as a switch panel. So we're just going to fill it in. That way you could add a switch here in the future. We talked about building a custom center console with a sub in it, so most likely have a bass knob that could go in here and just be hidden. You know, it keeps you from putting a switch in the dash where you can see it, you know. We've all done it. Sometimes it's necessary, but you know, at the point we're at, it isn't necessary. We can do this and hide them. So that's what we're gonna do. So we'll weld this little filler piece in, get it cleaned up, and that should take care of our dash. Got it fitting really good. It's nice and flush all the way around. So I'm gonna put a bunch of tacks so it doesn't draw. Get it welded up. All right, nice and cool. A little bit of cleaning, she'll be done. Ready to go back in. Well, there we go. Back to factory. Door could use a little tweaking. A little more gap here than we have here, but we can sort that out later, I think. I think it's just the way we have it in there because it looked pretty good yesterday. There's our little patch panel, switch panel. Ready to go.
Yep.
Another step down. Maybe one day people will quit cutting these dashes up.
I doubt it.
As usual, squirt a little paint on this stuff to keep it from rotting. Not too bad.
Yeah, really looks pretty decent.
A couple amateurs. Can't complain about that.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. And if you're not a subscriber, we'd appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. And then go in the comments and type subscribe. That'll get you entered into our monthly giveaways. This month we're giving away a 20-volt Dewalt cordless drill with a battery and charger. So there's a link in the description if you want to check that out. But that's going to do it for this one. We appreciate y'all watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.